Oh, hello world. My name is Stephen Walker and welcome to A Walker in the Woods. And I am on day 7 of my water fast. So I'd like to share some results and some insight about how it's been going. And so I will just jump right into it and share my screen. I think I figured out yesterday I had camera issues. So I think I've figured it out today. And let's take a look. Okay, so I believe that it is working where I have my video of myself up in the top right portion of the screen. And I use a PPT basically to keep me focused and for you to follow along a little bit more clearly. So this is day 7. I started at about 4 p.m. on October 31st, and it is almost noon here in South Korea, so I'm almost finished with day 7. But my observations of physical and mental state, mentally, I am still very clear, no headache, no lethargy. My eyesight is still as clear as it was yesterday, very sharp, and just an overall well-being. Physically, down below, I know that my stomach is finished. There's not a lot of sound or movement coming from the upper GI gut, or well, I should say the stomach in particular. But lower down below, the lower intestine, colon area, from yesterday until pretty much, I don't know, maybe 9, 8 a.m. this morning. A lot of movement, a lot of shifting, and the best way that I can describe it is if you've ever walked on a pier where a lot of boats are tied to a dock or the pier. The water's not rough, it's just you hear the boats kind of rubbing up against the wood or the rubber that they're tied to, and that was continuous throughout the night. Left side, right side, the midsection. And so this morning when I woke up and it was still in the same type of movement and not loud, it's not a loud sound, just a kind of a low groaning where I can and the feeling the I can feel certain parts, but nothing painful, nothing stinging, no, just a very kind of low moan and movement. So this morning I woke up and I did my morning constitution. Not a lot came out, but what did, mostly liquid and nothing really solid. But what did come out was the best way to describe it. I think what's happening is the colon and the lower intestine, they rejuvenate, they renew every 5 to 7 days. So the intestine is the most highly regenerative organ in the human body, regenerating its lining called the epithelium every 5 to 7 days. Continual cell renewal allows the epithelium to withstand the constant wear and tear it suffers while breaking down food, absorbing nutrients, and eliminating waste. Okay, so I am on day 7 of a fast. I have eaten nothing for 7 days other than some electrolytes in my water. So I would imagine that what I'm seeing in the toilet is the lining that is being sloughed off, and it is not binding to any food or whatever I guess waste that's coming through the liver. So I guess that's a good thing from what I'm seeing and experiencing. So we'll come back up here, and again, just the mental state is spot on, and I have high energy, and I'm going to go to the gym after I finish doing this video. I feel like I can put a solid hour in, no problem. And then hopefully tomorrow, if the weather is nice here in South Korea, I will take my GoPro, get up into the mountain, and show you a little bit of what is outside of my window. Also today, I want to take a quick look at some motivational YouTube channels when we do fast or start any type of diet. It's smart to fill your time with information, videos, books that support what you're doing. And then with the InBody fit metrics, I will be looking at the next metric, which is body fat mass. So motivational YouTube channels, I only have 3 that I will offer you, and 2 of them are doctors and 1 is not. And 2 do discuss fasting often on their channels, and 1 does not as much. But obviously, Jason Fung, I think a lot of people who fast come across his videos. He has 1.3 million subscribers, and I'll just give you a quick bio on him. So, scientific videos on how to lose weight and reverse type 2 diabetes with diets and intermittent fasting. Dr. Jason Fung is a specialist physician, nephrologist, and New York Times bestselling author of The Obesity Code, The Complete Guide to Fasting, The Diabetes Code, and The Cancer Code. Dr. Fung has experience from treating thousands of patients over many decades and shares his insights on weight loss, diets, nutrition, type 2 diabetes reversal, and intermittent fasting. The success rate of basic weight loss advice of calorie counting has been shown to be abysmally low. Counting the calories. I have never counted calories once in my life. I don't have a clue how to do it. It goes on, he says, to lose weight, don't follow strategies that have been proven to fail. Instead, Dr. Fung focuses on understanding the science of calories, diets, and fasting, as well as practical tips and regimens. And he shares patient stories, photos, and actual regimens with permission, with his patient's permission. I like a lot of his videos, and especially how he explains it simply, not with a lot of medical terminology necessarily. And so I recommend him. I'd say he's probably my top go-to physician when I want to check something out on what's happening to my body or if I'm doing it correctly, because I am not doing this fast under any medical guidance. But again, I've done a 20-day fast in the past, and so I feel that by now I kind of know what to expect and what I'm doing. Dr. Pradeep Jamnadas is the second one that I enjoy listening to, and I've often plugged him in while I'm at the gym. He's a pretty humorous fella, and he's given a lot of presentations on YouTube, and I'll read just a little bit about him. So, Dr. Pradeep Jamnadas is an MD, an MBBS, FACC, FSCAI, FCCP, FACP. I have no idea what most of those acronyms mean, but he's the founder and chief medical officer of Cardiovascular Interventions in Orlando, Florida, where since 1990 he has been repeatedly recognized in local publications as a top doctor, performing thousands of interventional procedures in hospital and outpatient settings. As a consultant cardiologist with a large diversified inpatient and outpatient practice, He is noted for his passions for teaching and illuminating prevention for cardiovascular diseases. He's a cardiologist, and he espouses the importance of fasting. And he talks about some of his patients that he's had as well, and how, certain ones were obese or had heart issues, and he is a proponent of intermittent fasting and long-term fasting for certain cases. So I recommend you check him out. And then the third one is not a doctor, but Wim Hof. If you don't know who he is a very unique individual with a very tragic life story on how he got to be where he is and who he is. And he has quite a large following. He has almost 2.9 million subscribers. Dr. Pradeep has 700 and we'll say 775,000. But Wim Hof, what he says, there is nothing superhuman about me. I am just a man who loves fulfilling human potential. And he is indeed doing that. He's been on TED Talks. Scientists have been researching and experimenting on him over the past 10 years or more. But he is also known as the Iceman, and he's the creator of the Wim Hof method, which is a breathing technique where you breathe in and out 30 times, and then you exhale and you hold it. And so basically you're oxygenating your body. You do that 3 times. 3 is a magic number, people. It really is. And it comes in many different forms. And then after you finish the 3 sets of breathing 30 times, then you do as many push-ups as you can. And between each, let's see, I think it's between, no, it's after the 3. After the 3, you do the push-ups. Each time that you exhale and hold your breath, you can hold it longer. I will talk more about Wim Hof in a later video. But so Wim Hof, his bio, it says, through more than 30 years of training in nature, he has developed a method that combines specific breathing techniques, cold exposure, and mindset. Mind over matter, and cold water, ice baths, things of that nature, being out in the cold, in the elements. This method has been the first to scientifically prove the ability to actively influence the innate immune system and the autonomic nervous system. Wim holds 26 world records and has numerous other feats under his belt. He ran a marathon under the polar circle in nothing but shorts. He holds the world record for sitting in ice at almost 2 hours. I think he might have done that on a TED Talk. And then he has also climbed Mount Everest to the death zone point, basically where without oxygen you die unless you're extremely well-practiced, experienced. And he did that also in shorts. So the Iceman is a very fitting name for him. So if you have not heard of any of these 3, I recommend highly that you watch some of their videos on YouTube. See if they resonate. So body fat mass, one of the metrics on the iFit, the InBody machine that I am using. What is it? Body fat mass is defined as the total amount of lipids in the body, and lipids are chemical substances that are insoluble in water and dissolvable in organic solutions such as ether. There are several forms of lipids in the human body, the most common being triglycerides. I really don't know a lot about lipids other than it is associated with fat. It's insoluble in water. There is a healthy range for body fat percentage, but there are differences to consider like age or gender. A healthy body fat range is 25 to 31% for women and 18 to 24% for men. So a bit lower for the men, as women generally hold fat in their bodies and need fat in their bodies more than men. And this does not consider age or athletic status. So an overall average. And for me, my body fat mass is, I believe, it has been over 24%, and I will find out if it's below or above very soon. So a person's body fat percentage is different from their body mass index, or BMI, a measurement based on height and weight. So the BMI takes your height and your weight, and it figures out, are you average? Are you above average? Are you obese? But the two may be used together to give a more accurate look at a person's overall health. So my InBody iFit machine, it gives me both the BMI and body fat mass, in addition to 8 other metrics. So what should my fat mass be for my age? And here is a basic chart. I am 53, so we're looking at 40 to 59. And a healthy body fat percentage for men is 11 to 21. I am above that. So I am I'm at least 3% over what is considered to be healthy. For women in their 40s to 60s, early 60s, well, late 50s, 23 to 33. When you get up to 60 and 79, it looks like it goes from 13 to 24 for men, 24 to 35 for women. And if you're one of those youngsters that happened across my channel, 8 to 19 for those who are in their 20s and 30s. If you are a man, and if you're a woman, 21 to 32. So let's find out what my body fat mass is this morning. The InBody Fit is what I'm using, and the app on my phone is the screen capture I will have over here. And at 6:25 in the morning on the 7th day of November, body fat mass down here, I started out at 24.5 and now I'm down to 22.1. 22.1, so I'm 1 percentage over the healthy percentage. I'm getting close. Getting closer, because I started out at 24.5. So that is on a good trajectory. I am about 178 centimeters, which is about 5'10" in America. And the weight is continuing to drop every day, about 1 kilogram, not kilometer, 1 kilogram a day. So from yesterday, it was 93.5. Today, 92.6. And that's about 2.2 pounds if you're an American watching this. So the BMI, body mass index, I started out at 31.2 on the 1st, and now I'm 29.3, so I've dropped 0.3 from yesterday, and that's good. Skeletal muscle mass, I started out at 42.5, I'm down 40 to 40.6. I've gone up 0.4 from yesterday. The soft lean mass, I started out at 70. I'm at 66.7. I went up 0.4 from yesterday. Basal metabolic rate was 1,969 on the 1st. Today it is 1,894. And again, that one went up a little bit from yesterday. About 8 kilocalorie. We already talked about the percent body fat and going down. That is good. body fat mass. Well, no, we talked about body fat mass, body percent body fat, fat everywhere. Anyway, so the body percent body fat has gone down zero point 0.1 from yesterday. We talked already about the body fat mass, and that's down 1.2. And the visceral is the one that I am most interested in dropping, getting it lower. As tomorrow we'll take a closer look at the definition and the implications of having a high visceral fat level versus a low one. And so I was down to 10, I think, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and then it jumped back to 11, and this morning it's back down to 10. So hopefully I'm on the cusp of holding a strong 10 and decreasing that over the next 3 days. And then again, after I finish, I will be going carnivore for 20 days, and I will be continuing with this InBody Fit. So we're just to take a look. I keep forgetting to forward this over here on the right. My screen shares, but again, I'm still over the Pyojun Isang. Pyojun is normal, and Isang is above normal, and I'm still above the basal metabolic rate. I'm far above the normal. From what I remember, I talked about it a few days ago. So basal metabolic rate is, the number is similar to the number of calories you need to consume to keep your body moving at a basic level. And then the fit score is 776. That's gone up 14 points from yesterday, and it's up 6 from the first day that I started this. I guess I forget the waist hip ratio has been pretty steady, and now I've finally dropped 0.01 on that. Now there's the visceral fat. Now I'm right on the cusp of, so 10 LV, whatever that is, we'll find out tomorrow. I'm right on the cusp of being normal. The percent body fat, I'm getting close to it. The green lines down here are just how many times I use the machine. So this is basically in the morning. I'm using it every morning, and kind of throughout the day, morning, afternoon, and then monthly or weekly. Okay. And now here is, I'm going to share 2 more screen captures with you. This one is the weight, and I am 92.6 this morning. And so here, this is just my name, Satiban. I am a man. I am 53, and I am 178 centimeters. And basically, I am in the upper 90 percentile range of the people that are using this app. So there's 3,528 people. Myung means people. And so I am right here, and it goes all the way down to, I guess there are people at 48.9. And the one, I guess the highest would be 110. So I want to go this direction. I want to go towards the left. And then the second screen capture is the BMI. And again, there are 3,528 people, and I am still in the upper third, I would say, possibly quarter of those using this machine and the app. And so 90.2. Let's see, the BMI 29.3. And people, and some users are all the way down to 15.7. And 35.5 is the one, I guess the highest registered. So that kind of, that's motivational to kind of keep your mind focused and give you an idea of what others are doing, and the app gives me this type of chart for most, not all, but I think most of these, so we can take a look maybe tomorrow or the next day at a few others to see where I am in line. That's about it. I will leave you with a quote. And this quote, I'm not sure who said it, but it resonated with me when I came across it. A little progress each day adds up to big results. A little progress each day adds up to big results. A kilo a day, 2.2 pounds a day. Suddenly, I am 6 kilo lighter from starting, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Little progress, little progress. Slowly, slowly. I think they say what? Slowly, slowly catch the monkey or something like that. So, anyways, that's a look at um, my my favorite YouTube motivational channels concerning fasting, and um, a look at where I am today with my numbers. So I hope that by sharing the numbers, I hope that it helps some of you kind of figure out what some of these different metrics mean, because I'm figuring it out as I go. Slowly, slowly, step by step. That's how you win the race. You go forward, not backward. So until tomorrow, everyone, ciao for now.